Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Inktober 2018 and welcome to day 2. We're doing Tranquil. Alright, so for this one, I had a little bit of trouble trying to come up with an idea. But on the live stream, we kind of came up with an idea together. Originally, I wanted to do something with a pig sitting in front of a beach or something like that. Something real nice, peaceful, and tranquil. We did a couple of rough sketches and kind of worked out some ideas. We had some stuff, in a big wooded area and stuff like that. But then I started thinking about flying pigs, and it kind of evolved from there. So we ended up with this piece where we have this pig flying with her magical book and her friend that's turned into bacon. I know it's super crazy, it makes no sense, but at the time it made sense. I don't know how close it is to Tranquil, but we kind of made things up as we continued with the drawing. I'll say this whole experience of doing Inktober has been really good so far. We're only on day 2. And I know I gotta kind of leave tomorrow and do some other things, and hopefully I can get a drawing done in time. But something about this process, the collaborative nature of this really helps. Because I've been doing this on a live stream, and for the people watching the stream too, it's been really fun, kind of in a weird kind of collaboration, and trying to work on ideas and kind of evolve what the illustration will be. Yeah, so we decided to do more of a narrative this time. I think one of the things I've learned from this second drawing is that having a narrative kind of, it makes you want to do more with the drawing. I mean, more ideas you can come up with as far as composition or just trying to tell a story through images. And I read somewhere or saw somewhere or watched somewhere, I don't remember where, but when you approach an illustration, you just don't want to have something static. You want them doing something. You want them to be either doing something physical, or they're trying to accomplish something, or something. There has to be something that they're doing, and it's like you're just getting a snippet from a story. And so that's kind of what I was thinking when I was making this drawing. Because I figured if I approach it like it's just like a snapshot from a story, it'll be more interesting, and it ended up being more fun for me to draw too. Right now we're putting in the scarf. It's like, is it a magical scarf? It's a scarf from like a friend or like a relative that might have passed, but it's something special to her. That's why it's all beat up and torn, and you reflect these small little details in the drawing. So the next thing that was kind of interesting was coming up with the triptych of characters. So it started out with just the pig flying, and then I was like, well, I wanted to draw like a magical book with a monocle, mustache for some reason. And then came to her sidekick. So not sidekick, but our friend. And at first I had drawn like an ice cream, a popsicle, all these kind of food things. At one point it was a cup of coffee. We was saying like, yeah, it'd be kind of funny she's flying around with something at Starbucks. But then as the story progressed, I was like, well, why is she the only one with the magical wings? And I was like, well, maybe her buddy has magical wings too. She's just is not used to it, right? So I was thinking, well, what could it be? And I was like, how about a piece of bacon? There's always this question about Goofy, if Goofy has a dog Pluto, and if is Pluto really a dog, or is Goofy a dog, something like that. All these weird questions started coming out of my head. That's not the point. But I thought it would be kind of funny if it was a giant piece of bacon flying with her too. Or maybe it's not a giant piece of bacon, it's just that the camera happens to be kind of zoomed in. But that's how we ended up with a piece of bacon flying with magical wings, So maybe they're trying to find the solution how to turn her friend back into a regular pig. If her friend is even a regular pig, who knows? But all these little questions kind of come together the more you experiment with the narrative. And I have to really thank the chat that kind of watching me go through this process is really, really, really educational. And that's what I think we want to do with something like this. We want to challenge our preconceived notions of how to attack a composition or what materials to use, because normally I would not be trying to figure out how to render bacon in pen and ink. I didn't think I would have to look up, like, what does bacon actually look like online? Thank you, Google. Yeah, so right now I'm just putting in some of the cross-hatching. I think going forward I want to possibly do more with like value as far like a wash or things like that. So anyway, yeah, just putting in the clouds, putting in a nice little border, emphasizing little parts about the wings, things like that. Working in this medium makes me really have to think about mistakes. I made lots of mistakes during this, and how do you correct these mistakes? It does make you more confident in trusting your abilities. Like, look, if something goes wrong, that's okay. Let's see, how can we fix it? And sometimes these happy little accidents actually end up being a good, kind of charming part of the piece. Of course I can always go back in Photoshop and fix things, but I think this is a good, humbling lesson as an artist. So just took off a little border. I did a little bit of masking tape around the corner, so when I drew the frame, it would be all nice, tip-top and clean. So, oh, almost forgot the little hat. Put a little hat on her, a little witch's hat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tried to do a little bit of whiteout, didn't work. I got to tackle that next time. But hey, it is what it is. And there you have it, my second drawing for Inktober 2018. If you like this, folks, let me know. And I'll try to do more traditional pen and ink drawings in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, love you guys. Bye-bye.